I love cutting grass. The hell does that have to do with trading? What's going on, party people? I really like cutting grass. Our yard is super unorthodox, and being that it's on a hill, and you can't use a riding mower to cut it because it's not flat, it's not traditional. It's like this. And so the way that it has to be cut is with the push mower. And the sick person that I am, I enjoy being out there pushing, getting a workout in with my ruck vest on and getting a sweat on. So guess what I was doing a little bit today. I love it. Love it. And it's a little warm out here. I mean, not too hot from what we had back at the end of June. It's about 87 degrees. And I'm driving, hence driven. And we had GOOG and Tesla report their earnings. And pretty much what we thought would happen transpired. Google beat, Tesla didn't. But the unique thing is that Google really didn't get a crazy move. It pushed up to, I think it touched 199 in post-market on Wednesday. Then the market opened and it just kind of gave back its gains. It stayed positive. It was a positive report. They indicated that they're increasing CapEx, which is how much they're spending on research or investment into growing and improving their business. And a lot of that, the bulk of it is into AI, so that's positive for your AI companies, which we're seeing NVIDIA pushing higher today. And then on the flip side of that, what are we seeing from Teslas? Pretty much what we thought, but the move didn't come immediately. Whenever earnings were announced, you did see a little bit of spike in price, not a big one. I think it was around $4 post-market, but the big dump really didn't come until later yesterday during the conference call, and it was not a good one. And it was basically everything that I had talked about. What couldn't happen basically is what happened. I'll let my hair grow. It's kind of crazy right now. And really what that is, it's Elon Musk promising a lot of things, but not showing that he can actually produce these things or deliver these things. And so that's been a commonality with Musk, is promise, and eventually deliver, but it is starting to wear thin on investors because the brand has been damaged from his political involvement. And he's fallen out of favor with President Trump, who was his biggest ally that really caused that push up to almost 500 in December. That relationship has now been severed. But he's also alienated a large part of the population due to his politics. And so we saw in the earnings report just a massive decrease in sales, and they're forecasting out that there's going to be an even greater negative impact. And so the thing that has to happen to offset that are the Optimus robots and robo-taxis, autonomous driving, but it's not looking good like they're going to be happening anytime soon. So for me, looking at Tesla, I'm not touching it. I mean, and it may go higher, but in terms of owning it long term, I wouldn't be a buyer until this thing just got thumped and clubbed. And if it could fall down to 150, which I don't know if that's realistic for it to do that, but I just know for me personally, I really don't want anything to do with trading, even trading Tesla right now. I don't want to trade it. Again, I drive a Tesla. I'll probably always have a Tesla for the remainder of my life because I love the vehicles. But from just a purely fundamental perspective, until some things change or until a bottom is achieved, I'm not a buyer. I'm not a buyer, and I'm not trading it either, because I do think there's room to the downside. I could short it. I lied. I do have a couple puts right now on Tesla to take advantage of the downside, but it's such a contrarian ticker, and just because you think it's going to move one way, it can move the opposite and very strongly. So I'm just going to wait on that one and hit the pause button. And the other thing, when Tesla's typically dumping, you see an uptick in Nvidia. And again, I mentioned the increase in CapEx spending from Google. Those two things combined, we're seeing a push higher on Nvidia. So that was something that we're seeing today here in the markets, and really just kind of choppy today. Not a big move. We were red at one point. We were up 16 points before I got on the road here to come pick up my daughter. And you would think that we just need to take a little bit of a rest because we had that huge move yesterday. So this is almost like a digestion day for the markets, processing everything. And really, next week is the week, man. It's going to be crazy. And I talked about this already a little bit. PCE, GDP, Apple earnings. What else do we have? Amazon earnings. Amazon had a nice push at the open here today. We have Meta earnings. We have Microsoft earnings. You have Roblox earnings. You have Roku earnings. There's so much packed into next week that I can't wait. There's going to be so many opportunities off of these earnings, off of the data that comes out, and then Fed interest rate decision, which they're probably going to hold tight. And then Trump's going to come out and say Powell's moron, calling too late Powell, and it's predictable. And then we'll get the J Powell presser. That's going to be fun. I will live stream that, so I'll have information coming out about that. It's always fun to do that. And yeah, so next week is going to be fun. And what a way to end July than with going out with a bang, baby. It's the fireworks month. We're going to get some fireworks next week for sure. And then the dreaded August starts on Friday, August 1st. But I'm starting to get this feeling. I put out the video about, what happens in August. I'm starting to get the feeling that it's going to be a positive August, because the last three we sold down, started corrections. The two before that we pushed higher. Wouldn't be surprised if we flip the script a bit and move up into August. So let's see. And there are things being floated around out there too. I don't know if you saw this, that people are saying that because of this whole Epstein list, that they're manufacturing things to take the microscope off of the administration or off of President Trump. So they're manufacturing these all-time highs in the market, that the conflict with Iran was manufactured. I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but these things are thrown out there, and I'm not taking any sides politically. I'm just putting that out there, that some people are saying that this push higher is just a result of manipulation. Who knows? But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see August run counter trend to what it's been the last 3 years. So we'll see about that. But in terms of today, trades that I'm in, before I wrap up this video, I did take a day trade in Roblox. I'm still in that position. It is losing at the time that I'm recording this. I will close it out before the end of the day. If it's going to be a loss, it's a loss. It's fine. I've been having a pretty good July, so I've got some cushion there. It won't be a full R loss at this point. And I have some puts on CRCL that are doing decently today because it's dropped pretty significantly. And what else do I still have my Apple long, which it's trying, but it's hitting some resistance up in that 215 area. So that's what I got for you today. I like to cut grass. I'm a simple dude. Ain't no flash. Ain't no flash in this guy here. So, all right. Well, off to pick up my girl, my daughter, and I'll see you back here next time, guys. Make it a great day.